regardless if I got mad about it or not. She always said what she felt, and I think that.
But it was always for the good of both, good for us. Sometimes he be going so fast till I have to slow him down. It's like, hey, wait a minute, this is gonna cause this. We have to figure this out together or whatever. So
if you want the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 62. This is Wealth Building Monday. I am Joe Wallace, and today I am super excited because we have some special guests on all the way from Miami, Florida. And this is going to be a great episode, I could tell you. So this interview, we have some millionaires on the episode today. So I'm excited. If you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Take a second and click that subscribe button so you can be notified every time a new episode comes out. Well, so let's get started. We're going to talk to our guests. I'm going to do an introduction of the Elliott family. We have Mr. Terry Elliott and Mrs. Sharia Elliott. How you guys doing?
All right.
good.
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing even better now because I got you guys on the podcast.
Okay.
Well, we had to be on with the YMA. We had to be on with YMA.
Of course.
Okay. I feel special now. So if you can please take a moment and just tell my guests who you are and a background about yourself.
Well, my name is Terry Elliott, and I'm sitting here with my lovely wife, Sharia Elliott. We've been married now for 33 years. Don't give me that look.
Mm-hmm.
33 years, and
33 years.
we're entrepreneurs, for better terms, to say what we actually do. We're into real estate. We're into nightclub, the entertainment life, movies, records.
I'm an author.
And she's an author also. She writes children's books. So we do quite a few things. I'm also an inventor, so I invent products. So we do quite a few things.
Interesting. So it's one thing that I try to harp on a lot when I talk to people. And one thing is multiple streams of income. I really try to focus on advising people about multiple streams of income, and that just stood out as you went down a whole list of everything that you guys do. So, but first, 33 years. How does it feel? 33 years.
It feels good actually. A lot of people, they say they want to get to the spot that we're in now, which is longevity in marriages. You just don't see that nowadays. Everybody want to give up any little bump in the road, but to get to where we are, it's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. You just got to know how to maneuver.
Smooth them out, brother. Smooth them out.
Smooth them out. My followers, I would say probably the majority are between the age of 22, 35. So that's the age the majority of people get married during that time frame.
Yes.
I mean, I had planned on asking this question because I know you guys have been married for a long time, but 33 years, and that number 33 just sticks out to me anyway. Mr. Terry Elliott.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, if anybody that's on right now traveling, that number 33 just sticks out. But 33 years, when you say smooth things out, what advice would you tell a young couple they're in their first year, second year, third year?
Well, just to be aware of understanding that it is a new relationship. And when you just begin to put time in a relationship at 1 or 2 or 3 years, you're not really even getting a fraction to know that individual. Most people think that is a long time, but in reality, it really isn't. And during the course of being together after the 2 or 3 years, start to understand each other, start to look deeper into the person. And even then, as years go along, understand that you will see something new every now and then you'll see something new about the individuals. So don't think you know a person because you've been with them a year or two. It takes
Right.
it takes many years, and even then, you still be prepared to understand and learn that person, because you're gonna find out that person will start off one way, and as the years go along, things start to change, and as it change, you have to be prepared to change with it.
I love how you said that. It's one thing about that again, like you saying so many great points that and certain things sticks out. And this is in business, this is in a relationship, but being able to adapt, to what and that's one of the keys to success is adaptability. So if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, like there's always going to be things that come up. Even today, getting prepared for the podcast, there was a huge accident on a freeway, and you just have to adjust and adapt. Okay, so I'll be late for this. How can I change my schedule? How can we move these things around? And adaptability, if you treat that the same way in your relationship, then it helps you to like, well, I'm experiencing something new with this person. How do I adapt to it so we can continue to move forward and grow?
Joe, and saying that, when a male and a female get together, a lot of times the men be dominant about what they think they know is right. Later on in our relationship, it went from me being dominant to me being able to receive the things that my wife would say. Because I have learned that I'm not perfect with everything, and I can
Right.
too still learn as a man from a woman giving me information. So when a man starts to learn and break himself down, to start looking into what he need to do in a relationship, to start listening and understanding where his counterpart is coming from. That has been a long part. I mean, that's been helping us in our relationship with me as a man. A man and a woman is two different animals. We totally different. Totally different. You would think it's the same thing because we're humans, but we are totally different. But when a man starts to understand that you're gonna make it when you have your other half, when you start saying power couple, power, what powers a couple is the whole energy going together evenly and working together as one.
Mm. You guys hearing it from a power millionaire couple on what and how they have been able to last 33 years. And I know your future is going to continue to just be like a blessing. So you guys are hearing it like firsthand from a power couple that's been together for 33 years. That's amazing. So congratulations to you both on that.
Thank
Tell
you.
us, how did you two meet?
You want to answer that, or you want me to
You
answer
can
it?
answer.
Well, Mr. Elliott used to be one of them, what you call them, pop lockers and dancing and things like that. Yeah,
Nah, like this, bro.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
He think I live in moves.
I have a lot of moves.
Yeah, so he used to come out to our school, doing talent shows and things like that.
And she was like, "That's my I want him. I'm
Whatever.
gonna get him." No, not you. That's mine. He mine. I'm gonna get him.
That's what she probably was saying too at that age, right?
And hey Joe, I looked down at her. Well, she said, "He looking at me. He looking at me."
If you're on right now and you see these two, I'm not going to ask your age, but if you guys could just do the math, they've been together for 33 years. So even if they met at like 12 or 13 years old, you guys to kind of put the math together. But look, even at their age, look at the energy that they have. Look at the fun that they have amongst each other. You could tell it's authentic. They just here on the show and talking amongst each other, and look at the energy and the fun that they have. And I think that's important. It doesn't matter how old you are. As a couple, you have to continue to have fun and enjoy life.
That's true, Joe. You have to, but more importantly, you have to communicate and you have to like the person that you're with. If you don't like the person that you're with, it's not going to work no matter how much you try to stay together or anything like that, So, we have fun. We've learned a lot through the years about each other, but we like each other. We're each other's best friends now, and that took a while, to get to, but it's authentic and it was something that happened. and that's what you want in a relationship, to just fall into place. You know, you don't want to force anything, you know, so it's been working for us.
So I know the majority of the people, they seen the title and like millionaire power couple. I'm clicking on this. So you probably have a whole lot of new people probably on right now outside of our normal followers and subscribers. But I'm going to start getting into the meat and potatoes of why everyone probably is on and want to hear your story. Did you foresee yourself being in the position that you guys are in right now if you go back 25, 30 years?
I would say yes.
He would. He's yeah. Terry's a visionary.
Visionary, huh?
Oh yeah. He spoke everything that's going on in our life now. I promise you, he spoke it into existence because he
Wow.
was really the entrepreneur of, you know, the family. And I learned everything about entrepreneurship from him because, you know, I came from a working family. You know, all my family worked. Like we get up, we go, you know, the best jobs to have, the city or the county. You better get a job with some benefits. And, you know, that's where, you know, I come from. But he was totally different. So, you know, it kind of like, honestly, we kind of bumped heads for a while about that because I just didn't understand how he just figured he was going to, you know, be this, you know, boss of himself and, you know, work for himself and he ain't got to answer to
Right.
nobody and things like that. So that it was interesting, but, you know, it was a learning process. And as I learned from him, you know, I started to understand and I started to, you know, grow, you know, in the direction of him and entrepreneurship and, you know, and learning. So that was really that was really cool to see and for him to make me a believer, you know.
Right.
So
That's
she said, you're going to get you
interesting.
a job and you're going to work that job. Like my grandmother and my mom and them said, you're going to work, you're going to come home and I'm going to cook your food and you're going to come, we're going to get benefits. I said, no, that sounds all good. That's TV. That's fine and dandy. But we have to take this to other heights. And keep in mind, me and Sheree didn't have an apartment at the time. She was living with her grandmother and I was working odd jobs here and there, Burger King, Royal Castle, different places where I can work. But I always had my mind set on being successful in life. And she was like, "No, you're gonna go to work." So when I got my garbage truck job, she figured that's gonna be it. You in? I went there. It was so stank out there driving on that truck, Joe. I said, "Oh no, this is not it. I am not going to do that." She said, "Oh yes, you are. Get up." She said, "Wake me up, Joe.
He
Get
hated
up,
that
get
job.
up." I was like,
He hated it.
but anyway,
I bet you gave 100% on that job though.
He did.
oh no, every job I do, I have had, I gave 1,000%. Every job,
1,000%.
not 100, 1,000.
I hear that.
No one was going to come in and take my position because they did something better than me. So I had to outdo everybody that was there. Even if it was sweeping the floor, I was the best floor sweeper. Washing dishes, I was the best dishwasher. And no matter what I've done, I was the best at it.
You know what's interesting? That mentality that you have, and I guess like the people that know our relationship that we have, they could kind of see where I get my work ethic from. If you're on and you're hearing everything that he's saying right now, because interesting enough, my mom told me, and I always carry this, and I tell people this. My mom told me, I don't care what you grow up to be, whatever it is, you be the best at it. I don't care if you be a trash man. You know, back then, like, you know, trash man, that was like a common job. That's like a good job. You work for the city. So she said, you go up and be a trash man. I don't care what you grow up to be. You be the best trash man that there is. And you know, hearing your conversation, like, yeah, 1,000%. It doesn't matter. If I was going to sweep floors, I'm going to give 1,000%. That is huge because I don't care where you are in your life right now. If you're like sitting home or wherever you are, you got your phone out or your laptop out. Your job, it doesn't matter where your job. It doesn't matter where you work or what type of job that you have. The only thing that you have to have is a vision, and you take that vision and understand what are the elements that it's going to take for me to bring my vision to life. And once you understand those key elements, you put 1,000% toward those things. And it makes it hard to fail when you follow that process.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. If you in anything you do in life, anything, no matter what.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
What it is. If you do it better than the normal, people will see it. Yeah. People will see your value.
Gotta give you a round of applause for that. Gotta give you a round of applause for that. Man, I preach this all the time, but yes, I mean, hearing it from someone as successful as you are, reiteration right there. That's a stamp, the seal of approval right there. So what is your, well, I guess between, it's a question for you both. What is your definition of a power couple?
I don't know.
Look how they communicate. Communication is key, people, and watch how they communicate amongst each other. That's amazing.
I think I would say our definition of a power couple is two individuals that are doing extraordinary work within what they do outside of their home and inside of their home, but allowing God to push them, allowing God, and I said again, allowing God to push them in the direction that He wants us to go in. See, when you say power couple, some people think they're powerful because of themselves, when it is not them. God has always been with me and my wife, always. We didn't realize it until later on in life, because we had some situations where we know He showed Himself that He was there and it was Him all the while. Right. So we reached out to our Father, and our Father showed us, even with my twins that we just had. I mean, that we had 11 years ago. And sure, we didn't, I mean,
twins.
I got to get me those buttons on my phone to do it on my laptop so we can press a button too. So, but a power couple, the definition is that people that says it out of their mouth that it's God that got them in that position, and looking at the wealth and things that they're doing in life, but not only thinking about themselves, but thinking about others, the community, where they came from, helping other people that can't help themselves. Right. Power couples does not just monetary, because you have finances, a great financial life. A power couple does powerful things, and that is what our definition of a power couple. They do powerful things, but we do our things by way of God, and because He allowed us to do it.
I mean, that statement was powerful in itself, right there.
Yeah.
I want to go back for a second, Miss Sharia, and because the females that's on, this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a tough question for you, but listen to this one. And this is going to help. This is going to help a lot of young ladies. You stated earlier that, you know, you was trying to advise him like to work, and he had these big dreams and say, I'm going to do this and do that. And it was a challenge in the beginning, right? But the young ladies, and this is probably good for the men out there, because there's a lot of young female entrepreneurs and business owners also. So I guess just talking to the general public, like, at what point do you tell yourself, I'm riding this out? Or this person, because you said earlier, like, you gotta like that person, right? And then that like turn into love. And then once you going from liking and loving, then you can adjust to whatever, you know, the things that If the person snore too loud, you learn to adjust to that. If the person, like, you know, all the little small things that you have to adapt to. At what point can you advise the people that's on right now when you know, like, I'm riding this out with this person or this person is a no-go?
Well, for one, we were married, so that whatever, you know, path we took together, you know, I was going to stick it out. Now, I don't have to like it, you know, or necessarily agree at that moment. But Terry's always been the type of person to put his ways into actions, I guess. Like he don't just speak things, he do them. So, you know, while I was complaining, like, boy, you better get on home. He go, your sandwich, you going to work. He go, you know, you get up and you get there on time and everything like that. You know, he would do it because that paid the bills at the time, you know, but he always had his own thing on the side, his entrepreneurship, whatever it is he was trying to do, whatever it is he was trying to build, he always had that on the side. So he didn't let it was easy, I guess, for me because he didn't let one thing stop him from doing another. And I know I think a lot of people now, a lot of men, I think some women as well, they think they have to like stop living to pursue their dreams, and they don't know that they could do them together, coincide with each other to move yourself to the next spot, because you still have bills to pay, you still have rent, rent that's due, you still have to feed yourself and your family. So, you know, I think that's where a lot of the millennials probably are getting lost. You know, they want that fast money, they want that fast come up. And, you know, it takes a lot to grind and things like that. And I learned a lot of grinding. You know, I wasn't into all of that grinding and hustling and stuff like that. You know, when I say hustling, like doing different things to, you know, make ends meet. So, you know, I learned all of that in our relationship. So that made it easy for me. So, you know, I saw the growth, I saw the potential. So, you know, that helped turn me to, okay, maybe we can do this entrepreneurship thing, you know, maybe we can. But, you know, we had to get to a point where we felt good, where, you know, we was going to be all in entrepreneurship. We're going to have our own everything. You know, we didn't have to work for nobody. So
our own everything.
And you know, Joe, everything. You know, Joe, to add to what Sharia said, a lot of the things that she saw me do that she might have, like you said, for the female side of it, she wouldn't have agreed with. So Sharia is a methodical thinker. She the type of person, she'll see you do something. If she disagreed, she gonna say it. She gonna tell you no matter what you think. She gonna tell you what she feel about it. She gonna tell you what she thinking. And our communication from then, I used to be like, I'm the man. No, it's gonna be this way. But she was like, okay, well, just let me remind you, be careful of this, and that. Or you did this way when you shouldn't have did it that way. And I, as the man, always found out that she was right. That came after the years of growing, you know, but yet, as from the woman's side, she used to always speak her mind. She spoke her mind, regardless if I got mad about it or not. She always said what she felt. And I think that,
but it was always for the good of both, good for us. You know, sometimes, you know, he be going so fast till, you know, I have to slow him down. It's like, hey, wait a minute, this is going to cause this. We have to, you know, figure this out together or whatever. So I think we kind of like a yin and a yang, you know, where I know he's going to keep going. He's going to keep going. I got to hold him up. Hold on.
I'll be taking off.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out together. Hold on.
That's that balance.
Because his brain, I mean, this man, he's so brilliant, and his brain works so fast till, you know, honestly, it's like, it's kind of scary because he sees a lot, you know, he can see things, you know, before they even happen. You know, Sharia, we're going to be this, we're going to be right here, we're going to be right here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I promise you, everything has came to fruition. So, you know, it's like, I don't know.
And, you know, Joe, the things she just said, God was showing me those things back then. Mm-hmm. You know, that's how, it just wasn't a vision. It's just that I knew it was going to happen. And God was actually showing me everything that I spoke about to Sheree. It wasn't just making up stuff. Oh yeah, we're going to have a big house. We're going to have all this. We're going to be having, everything we want. It wasn't just that. It was a field that God was showing me these things that was going to happen today. And everything that we had, it was true. It came to be, but we had to be, God just, he don't make things happen. He allowed you to do the things you need to do. He gave all of us the tools to do these things, so being an entrepreneur was just one thing, but when God bring that vision to you and he starts to show you and you start to act upon what he asks you to do, because you will see some of the things that he wants you to do in life. It's just some people just too busy with the earthly things and manly things, and they just stick stereotypically to the things that they do. We don't operate that way. And my wife had to take time to see it's true. God is showing you visions of things that he wants us to have, but he wants to show us vision of things that he wants us to do also. It's not just giving. He wants to see if you are a Job, you are a giving man or a giving woman. My wife done helped so many people that you wouldn't believe, and she backed me when I help people, and you wouldn't believe the things that we do. We have celebrities like Monique from the Parkers, helped her in her life. Bernie Mac helped them in their lives. And all these celebrities that we helped when people didn't know really what we was about, but turned out God had placed them in our life to do these things.
But that was before they was even a household name. That was before they was even a household name.
Yeah, there was nobody's back then.
Yeah.
And I took like,
well, everybody was somebody.
Well, there was somebody.
I mean,
they weren't known as a celebrity at that time.
Right, it wasn't as huge as celebrities at the time.
They were struggling in their craft, trying to make it.
And we prepped them up. Hey, keep it up and keep going, and a lot of things coming your way. And next thing you know, God was speaking through us at the time to tell them these things. So even in one of the businesses that I have, Joe, it's the same thing. I wonder why God got me there. She said, oh, no, you ain't going in that. You're not doing that business. But lo and behold, people were being kidnapped. And while I was there, sending that person out the door, send that person away, helping people when God sent us places that we wouldn't even imagine. But let me stick to your program, though, to make sure I stick to all your things.
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And I'm sure the people are enjoying it, too, because it's not just someone on a podcast and they're talking at a high level and everyone just like, okay, so they're just talking about their businesses. Like, you guys are like going into your own lives, the thing that you have done, your beliefs, how you guys have made everything work. Like, I think it's important for the average person, especially the people that's online right now, because they relate to it. They're like, wow, like these are real people, successful, and they've had challenges. They just say they had challenges starting off, and all the things that they've done, how they work together. Like, I think it's important for people to see that side. With everything that you guys do, though, like, how do you balance your life? Because when you started off, man, you were saying the nightclubs. She's an author, like she's writing books, like real estate. How do you balance all of that?
Well, I would. You want to say something? Okay. I would say it's not too balanced. If this makes sense, what I'm about to say. We look at life. When you balance something, you put two things together. Here it is. We have all of our companies and things that we own and things that we do. Here it is. We have our personal life. And I give you a good analogy. My wife raised my oldest son. He's 31 years old. My daughter, she's 21 years old. My two twins are 11 years old. Every morning when there was a child, a baby, she got up, she cleaned them, she fed them, she bathed them, she made sure they got to school for the first 12 years in T's life. Shateria life, 12 years in her life. Every morning, 12 years, she took the children, bathed them, cleaned them, made sure they eat. When they sick, go to the doctor, and still took care of me. Fed them, made sure he got everything together, make sure they wash clothes, make sure they clean the house. You ask that question of how we balance. Ask a woman of how she are as a woman, living life, doing a million things. So what I will say to you is, You ask Michael Jordan how he balances his life with all the companies he had, Magic Johnson, movie theaters, restaurants, so and so. You look at all the Burger Kings in the world. How does a Burger King family have Burger Kings all over the world? That's thousands of Burger Kings. When you tell yourself you only do one thing, you go to work, you come home, that's all you would do. Businessmen don't see that as a balance. We can do millions of things when you release your mind. Your mind is just, it can hold more information than a computer. But people don't realize that. We don't even use a fraction of our mind. And when you say things out of your mouth, when you say things, why do you think they call it spelling? When you spell letters and words, it's a spell when you say things. That's why they say, be careful what you speak into existence. We spoke out.
Everybody over here agreeing with you. I'm like looking over at everybody like,
because it's what it is. I got chills when I'm thinking about it, but we speak things into existence. When people say, be careful what you say because it'll happen, people don't realize that is actually true. Words are so powerful. But when you start to believe in the things you say and your faith and where you're going in life and you believe and you push it, you will see difference in life of things flourishing in your life. When you start to put simple things together that God done gave you the ability to do with using common sense. It don't take a rocket scientist to be with me and my wife. Or keep in mind, you're looking at two individuals when my son was about 4 or 5 years old. Me and my wife, this lady sitting next to me. This beautiful queen sitting next to me. That means you're gonna cook me some pork beans and wings tonight, girl. I'm giving you some plugs out there. We good. Okay. You'll mess my thought up, mess around too. When you say, me and my wife, when we was raising my son, we didn't have money. She was working at a place called Zayre's at Keys and T-shirts. She used to be in the Keys and T-shirts, making keys for people and printing T-shirts, printing those T-shirts. And
I love that job.
I know you did. You used to make your own. You used to make your own shirt. It was a pretty young thing.
I know.
Tuesday Lover, PYT. I ain't like that job. But anyway, like I'm saying, she had. We didn't have no money. I had a motorcycle and we had a piggy bank, and we was hungry that night. So I had to cut open a piggy bank. She said, "We done saved all our money. We done saved up in. You gonna use it? Yeah, because we hungry and so we got to eat." Took it to a 7-Eleven. They got some cans of pork and beans and weenies. And
our son piggy bank.
Our son's piggy bank that we were saving the change from. And we did, that's how we fed ourselves, off of the change that we had. And off of the hustle and bustle and grind that me and her put on. So, but once again, to answer your question about balance, it is nothing to balance when it is a balance to you. We don't have a balance. We make everything work and we make it level. So if there's no balance with us, it's going to work. It got to work. Right. No ifs, ands, and buts. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. No, this is what it is. This is what we're going to put behind it, and this is what we're going to do. Because God gave us the strength and the ability to understand that.
Right. Guys, man, you are hearing it. This is the Elliott millionaire couple family right here, Mr. and Mrs. Elliott.
I know, right?
Look at this, man. I'm so proud of you two and the people that don't know. Like, this is like my family too. So I'm so proud to see 33 years. If you guys could just go back, if I was in your shoes, I would watch this again, probably 3 or 4 times. I would watch this episode 3 or 4 times and just take out all the key things that he said. Because one thing I would be saying to myself, no matter where I'm at in life, look at what they was talking about, a piggy bank, man. And look where they're at right now, man. If they could do it, I could do it. I'll be taking out all these key things. Listen to what his wife just said. Miss Sharia just said that when he put his mind to something, he's going to go hard and get it and achieve it for his family. You know what I always tell you guys? Plan, pray, and execute. And if you just go through this video, he planned it out, and he always included God and put God in the forefront of it. And then he just said, I give 1,000%, 1,000%. Plan, pray, execute. It's really that simple, guys. Plan, pray, execute. Tell me about your book.
Joe, before you go further about the book.
Yes.
Reverse the second one. Pray, plan, and execute.
Pray
first.
plan, and
and
execute.
execute. Because when you
Elaborate on that.
Because when you pray first, God gonna, if you allow him, when you speak to him, everybody that's looking at this podcast today, if anything that's important for me and my wife is for you to understand this part. When you allow God in your life, I know you probably done called upon him many times and you think he's not real. But if you allow him in your life and you say, Father, please, I want to get to know you better, Father. And Father, I will ask you to lead me and guide me. I know I ask you many different things, but sometimes I don't see it become reality, and I wonder why the world is the way it is today, and people dying and pandemics and all this. God, are you there? Let me tell you, from me and Sharia Elliott, he's there. It's just that he had to put us, and he had to actually try us also. He's going to see if you're going to be loyal and faithful also. He's not going to just give you things. You have to show him that if he give you something or not, you still love him and believe in him. The minute you show him that you have that faith regardless of what happened and not just look for something, you'll see the abundance of things that he will do for you. Joe just said something that me and my wife chuckled about when he said the millionaire couple. It don't take money to make us millionaires. We could be a millionaire happy couple. We could be millions at whether it's with finances or not. We happy and we are complete with God. So God just happens to give us the know. It don't take money to make us a millionaire. We've been had that years ago, but it's not that. It's understanding we are $1 million worth of happiness. So regardless of we got.
Hold on. We're not going to wrap it up. I wanted to give you a hand clap on that one.
You hit the wrong button.
I wanted to give you a hand clap on that, but
You hit the wrong button.
no, that's interesting. I didn't mean to interfere and cut into what you were saying, but I love your perspective on it. I pray all the time. The people that follow me on Facebook, I pray all day, and I love your perspective. How you say, you know what, turn that around, pray, and then plan, and then you execute. I love how you say that, and there's always like. I could bring someone on right now and they may have that different perspective on it. They may say like work, and then just pray as you're going on it. So everybody have like a different angle. There's never like one core thing to have a true relationship to God. Because I know like the people online, they may be like, well, I may see it like this. And it doesn't make you wrong on your perspective or your approach. Right, as long as there's like a core relationship right there, you putting God in the forefront. So I just wanted to give you there's a round of applause. I like to say what I do. My approach, Terry, is because I pray all day. I wake up, I'm driving, I'm on my way somewhere. I may pray before I even leave. I pray when I eat. I just pray all day. I'm just always thankful. And when I say plan, pray, and execute, because I'm praying all day, but anything outside of the norm, if I have a goal or something that I want to achieve, then I'm going to present it. I'm going to go knock on the door. I ain't gonna tell you how many times I'm gonna knock, but I'm going to knock on the door. And I'm going to present what I have. And I'm going to say, Father, here it is. And I'm not having these conversations. This is all in my mind through a visual conversation with our Holy Father, I'm going to present. I'll say, here's my plan. And now I'm praying on that plan. And I know he's going to bring it to life because I know that vision didn't just come to me for no reason. So that's just my approach. I love your approach, how you say pray, because people should pray all day. I know people say, oh, I pray when I wake up, or I pray before I put my head on that pillow. You should pray all day. My opinion, that you should pray all day. You should be thankful.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Man, this has been a good conversation. I'm not done because I want to learn more about this book. Can you tell me about like the books that you have wrote?
Oh, okay. I have a children's book series. It's called But Mommy It's Not Fair. And the title came from my daughter, Shateria. She has albinism, which is a lack of pigment in the hair, the skin, and the eyes. So, she's very fair skinned, she has blonde hair. And a lot of people say she looks white. So she used to say to us all the time, Mommy, it's not fair, that I don't look like you, and, I don't look like T, and I don't look like Daddy, because, the kids used to pick on her, and she used to get a lot of bullying at school and things like that. So, I wanted to write, once she was in preschool, I just wanted to write. It started out just writing something for her class, just to, in a children's form, to show them how when they, bully her, how the effects that it has on her, and show them how they look in the book, making her sad and things like that. So it kind of like started off like that. And everybody, once I, wrote it for her class and everything, everybody was like, oh my God, you need to, more kids need to see this and things like that, and even adults. So that's where the series came from. And I have four titles in the series, and it's about Shateria and her experiences that she's endured during, as she grew up.
Having albinism.
Yes.
Most people call it albino.
Yeah.
But it's albinism.
Okay. How can they find a book?
Oh, it's on Amazon, and author Sharia Elliott, or the title itself, But Mommy It's Not Fair. And they could look at the titles and pick a title and grab the whole series if you like.
Grab the whole series. Grab the whole series. That's right.
Grab them all.
And give it to your kids to read. Like, give them some time off these electronic devices. Like, give them a book that they can actually like read a series. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mr. Elliott, your turn. So let's talk about your success and where you are in life right now. Just give us a rundown of like your day-to-day business, a day in the life of Mr. Terry Elliott.
Oh God!
Woo. I don't think you have enough podcasts to do that with.
Time for that, Joe.
We don't have time for that.
That's 24/7.
We're gonna do a consolidated version.
Yeah.
Give me a consolidated version.
All right, let me see. Every day of my life is a mission, but it is led by God. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but I want you all to know how I feel. God put me on patterns in life to do certain things certain ways along with my wife, because she balanced me out. Back to balance, getting on that thing of balance. Balance is not balance, but she put me on that level where I need to go focus and get the next big thing that's happening. But God brings things and ideas to me that I got to go act upon. So it's not a normal get up in the morning and go do this, go do that. Like right now, we sitting in front of you, but we making money right now. So we don't have to actually physically go and do things anymore until I have to go and do things, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we in the creation part. So when I get up in the morning, I want to create the next platform of a machine, meaning I build machines that keep making money on little different ideas and projects that I do. So it's not one thing I get up and do and say, okay, I got to get up 8 o'clock in the morning, go do this, and all day this is what I do. I can be doing multiple things in the run of a day to make things happen, because we still have our nonprofit organization that we currently got to run. And every year we got to plan for that next year of the event. So there's multiple things that we actually do. That's why I said it'd be hard to iterate on anything that we do because it's not one thing that we do. We do multiple things in run of a day. So wherever God send us, that's what we take care of. Whatever He put my mind on to do, that's what I do. And Sharia follow through with the things she has to do. So we wake up and we plan, get our we pray, we plan, we get our organization, our plans of execution on things that we have to do, and we do it every day. We wake up, that's what we do. And then we take breaks, hey, let's just go on a vacation, let's just fly here, let's go there, and we just do it. So it's not a normal thing for me to even say. That's why me and Sharia say it'd be hard to detail what we do.
Right, I understand. Tell me about the nonprofit, because I know you guys have like one of the largest Christmas things down in Miami. Tell me about that.
Well, that came from an idea that's a certain area that me and Sharia said we want to go back in Liberty City to build and show them that African-American people can do things that they say they don't think we can do. So we went back and bought property on 15th Avenue. But while we were there on 15th Avenue, we saw nothing but negative things. People don't have anything. I mean, poverty at its max. And we said, and God brought the vision to bring a parade on 15th Avenue. That was 15th Avenue is known as one of the worst drug streets. It used to be one of the worst drug areas in Liberty City. And we said crime ridden. I mean, everything. I mean, it was just nothing there for the people.
I didn't want to go over there.
And she said, no, I don't want to go. You know, I grew up in the project, so you know, I came from the project. So I'm hood all the way. But anyway, God brought it to my heart, bring a parade over there. And I told my wife the next morning, I said, you know what? We're gonna do a parade on 15th Avenue. And my wife said, sound like a good idea. And we went in.
No, I said, oh, that's one of his ideas again. Keep it real.
Y'all trying to make it sound good.
Right, trying to make it sound, trying to sweeten it up a little bit.
I ain't giving you no plug no more.
So I'm like, here. A parade on 15th.
Man, let me
on 15th Avenue?
15th Avenue?
Man, you trying to get the parade shot up.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
And I told her,
it has been incident free. I mean, you take it through one of an area like that in Miami, incident free, years. Right?
14 years now.
This year is 14 years.
Incident.
14
years. Know why? Because God had it in His hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, every Martin Luther King parade we had out here, you got shootings, killings, motorcycles all over the place, carjacks, everything you can name. People are so amazed in Miami, Florida. This is incredible. Never, ever this could be. Now we keep telling them because this is not man's event. I hope they get it one day. But that's why we thank God that He's been blessing us with the parade and as a nonprofit.
But in that area, he brought a lot of trust to that area, Joe, because a lot of times some the mentality of people is, well, they don't care about us anyway.
Right.
It's that mentality. But when we came over there, we fixed it up. He fought for the roads. To be repaid. We have bike lanes. On
no street
Avenue.
in Liberty City got bike lanes but us, unless you're on the beach, Miami Beach.
Unless you're on the beach.
Yep. Exactly. He fought for that. It's like he fought for the trees, the palm trees. We want palm trees on 15th area too, Avenue as well. So it's a lot that we've done, behind that people don't know, but a lot that has happened and has transpired on 15th. So that gives, them hope. The people that's living over there, give them hope. Like, wow, look what we have over here. Now they will take care of it. And I think that has helped that area a lot with the transformation and things like that. So he was a big instrument in that change and the mindset of the residents over there. And, you know, they treat us with respect.
Absolutely.
You know, because we give them respect. I don't care whether they walk in the streets, they don't have nowhere to stay. You know, they, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Elliott, how you doing? And we say, hi, how you doing? You know, we don't say, oh, no, get off my building, get off my street. We don't do none of that. You know, we help as much as we can. We make sure they have food. When we have our food drives, you know, hey, come on, get over here and get your food. You know, because I don't want you around here begging for your hungry. Come on, get this food. And, you know, we treat them like human beings. You know, and I think that has made a big difference.
We fed over 75,000 families. Each year we do 5,000 family feed. 5,000, but take this in consideration. We feed 5,000 families. It's an average 4 people per family.
Right.
I didn't even double that number. I doubled a solid number. 75,000 families we fed. What God fed, allowed us to feed them through his system. When God, you know, God has used us. I ain't gonna say sometimes for other people, but God has used us to do these things. And we just, the token of his kids to actually do it. So he worked through us to show other people what he has done. That's why we got to keep telling people. And you'll hear me say it all the time, because I'm not going to let Satan tell me I speak about God too much. I'm not going to let Satan tell me, talk about yourself. I'm not going to let Satan tell me it's you, not God. Let people think it's you. No, we want people to know exactly what it is. Like my wife said, keep it real. I'm keeping it real, and I can't go no other direction. Like right now, he's using us now on this platform with all of your viewers to let them know they too can have a job to do what me and my wife do. It's just whether you fill out the application and execute.
Yeah.
That's right.
You fill out the application and action.
Pray, plan, and execute.
There we go. Woo, I got that girl. I like that.
I got a question before we wrap up. If you look back over your life and the 33 years that you guys have been together, if there's one thing that you said that you both agreed on, a decision that you both agreed on, and you were like, we should have done that maybe differently, what would that be?
Miami Cheeks.
Miami Cheeks.
That was a business that we opened, Miami Cheeks. That was a company that we opened up in a Jewish area.
And I fought him with that about the area we went in.
I don't think it's
the
a good
demographics.
area.
The demographics.
And I was like, no, baby, we're gonna do it. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
And we went in there and
I backed them like always. Look, okay, I'm backing.
And she came in with me, and we had a beautiful restaurant, a sports bar. It wasn't a restaurant; it was a sports bar.
Yeah,
beautiful restaurant, beautiful sports bar. And after we opened up, people was trying to vandalize the building.
Yeah,
we had people out coming when we closed down to come and vandalize, turned over our lines that we had in the front of the building, and you know, just throwing eggs at the building, the whole 9 yards, because it was an all Jewish area. Wow. Now, not to say that it was the Jewish people that done it. I want to make sure that's clear.
Right.
Because it could have been anybody that just didn't like us there. So what we done was we decided to move. My wife said, no, let's stay. Let's stay and tough it out. And let's show them that we're not going to let them run us out. And I said to myself, well, you know what? I got other things that we can do other than that. And we left that business alone. We sold the business, really. Somebody wanted to buy it, and we sold it. So they wanted to buy the property that we were in, and we sold it. So what we say, we regret that we should have stayed there, because it was moving and it was growing.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the thing that we would regret. And the other thing, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anything else that we regret that I danced a little too hard for. Okay.
I was looking at her expression.
Joe, what's she hustling, Joe?
It has been a pleasure having you two on. I can't thank you guys enough for taking out time of your busy day to be on a YMA Nation podcast. We got to give you guys another round of applause. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us, Joe. Good night.
If you guys make sure if you're on, you like, comment, give your feedback. Actually, put some comments down in the comment section. Look at these two. You gotta love life. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta love life. And hey, guys, if you missed it, go on my Facebook timeline under Joseph Wallace on Facebook and look at the beautiful surprise birthday party she just threw for her husband this year, 2021. That was amazing. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for Real Estate Wednesday. Mr. and Mrs. Elliott, thank you guys again. You have a blessed one.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Joe.
We love you, bro.
Love you.
Love you too.
View what the boss's view. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.